Welcome to LC Muscles 28 territory.
Check it, yo, I hit the jeweler, got some goals. I sold a little weed, but I could never sell my soul. And when I'm in LA, you find me out in Lil Toke. Come a vocal with my ramen, I'ma need another blow, let's go.
What is going on, everybody? This is LC Muscles 28 here, back in with a brand new video. And it is time to cover the 2021 Steelers mock draft. That's right, folks. I'm going to be doing my first ever mock draft for the Steelers. This is going to be edited all together, all that good stuff. And I'm mainly going to follow Steel Maze format because, unfortunately, I'm not a big NFL mock draft veteran like some other people I know, like Steel Jedi or Steel Twins. But you know what? I figure I'd throw my hat in the ring and give some thoughts on who the Steelers will select in the upcoming draft. And I'm recording this March 21st, 2020. Mainly in regards to what's happened the first week of free agency. In regards to the first week of free agency, we did lose a lot of people. We did re-sign some people, though, but we do have some big needs. We have running back, offensive line, including mainly center and tackle. We also are missing defensive tackle, linebacker, and tight end is also our biggest needs. So with that being said, I will cover who we're going to select in our picks. So as a breakdown of our picks, we're going to go ahead and break down each pick. For we got 1 in round 1, number 24, 1 in round 2, number 57, 3, the third 1 in round 3, which is 88. Then we got 2 in round 4. We got 1 at 1. I think we got 1 comp pick and 1 regular pick. Then we got the rest of our picks are from trades because we got 1 from when we traded a player away for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We had 1 player in regards to we traded away the Miami Dolphins and 1 from the Denver Broncos. So we got 2 in the 7. We got 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th. So we got a total of 8 draft picks. I'm going to go through each and every pick of the 2021 Steelers mock draft. And we're going to predict who will the Steelers get in this upcoming draft. So with that being said, we're going to start off with the first pick, which is going to be in round 1, pick number 24. With the first pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Najee Harris, running back, Alabama University. The Roll Tide, running back, 6'2", 230 pounds. He is the second best running back prospect behind Travis Etienne, and we need a big top-tier running back. We have not selected a running back very early since Rashard Mendenhall in 2010, I think it was, or it was 2008, 2009. But we've not selected a running back this early since Rashard Mendenhall, and we need a top-tier running back. We need a game-changing running back. We have not had a game-changing running back, realistically, since Willie Parker. To tell you the truth, we have not had a consistent 16-game starter since Willie Parker. And before that was Jerome Bettis. So realistically, we've not had a game-changing running back. Our running game was the weakest point last year. It was a very bad point. Not having a run game completely killed us down the stretch. We do need a consistent 3-down running back, and Najee Harris is going to be the perfect fit for us. I will also have the picture of the Steelers jersey number of Warren Gett, which is going to be right here. So yeah, we're going to get Najee Harris, first pick, 24th overall in the NFL Draft. So now, with our next pick, which I actually looked up now, is the 55th overall pick. With the 55th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers proudly select Dillon Radunz, offensive tackle, North Dakota State. At 6'5", 320 pounds, Dillon Radunz looks like to be a top-tier offensive tackle prospect. For this year, there's going to be a lot of offensive tackles being brought this year, a lot of offensive tackles drafted, because this is a top-level offensive tackle draft. Like last year was a great receiver draft. This year is a great offensive tackle draft with many great offensive tackles coming out. We need to establish an offensive tackle because we did re-sign Zach Banner, but Villanueva more than likely will be gone after this year. Unless he wants to sign a very cheap deal with us, I don't see him doing so. We got him coming up right now. Dillon Radunz, though, looks like he'd be an extremely solid offensive tackle prospects. When he was playing, when he started, He did not allow a sack in his 2019 NFL season. 2017, he was a starter in 2017. He did get hurt, but in 2018, 2019, he was excellent as a starter for the North Dakota State Bison, and he did not allow a sack in 2019, which is incredible, which I think was the undefeated season for North Dakota State. But due to COVID protocol, though, the 2020 season did get moved to the spring, so they are playing the spring football now. I don't think he played. I think he's just going to play in the NFL draft, which is smart by him because he is a top-tier offensive tackle prospect, and we're going to get him in the second round at 55th overall. He's going to be a legit steal, probably one of the best tackles in the draft, especially with having that stat line of not allowing a single tackle in your entire season. That is unbelievable, and we need that kind of offensive power to help on the other side with Zach Banner. Zach Banner's going to be a right tackle. We need a good left tackle, and Dylan Raduns will fit in right away. That's why we got Dylan Raduns going at 55 overall. Up next, we got our third pick at 88 overall. With the 88th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select center Josh Myers from Ohio State University. Why I decided to go with Josh Myers instead of my original pick in Landon Dickerson? Well, it's simple. Now that I realistically think about with the offensive line being a big focus in this year's draft, a lot of centers, a lot of offensive linemen going to be going early. Landon Dickerson, for what I've been projecting, what I've been reading, and if you also want to know my stats, I will also be posting the stats as well from WalterFootball.com. So Landon Dickerson looked like he's probably going to go in the second round, and they're projecting him early, which I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I'd rather pick up Raduns. He's a much better offensive tackle prospect. We can use him right away. And Josh Myers from Ohio State. The thing is, the Steelers love drafting Ohio State players. It's happened many times, and we always love drafting Ohio State players, from Ryan Shazier and many, many more that I could just name, but it's going to take way too long to name all of them. But the thing is, we love drafting from Ohio State. They always provide great quality players at Ohio State for the Steelers, and because we can see them pretty quickly. So Josh Myers, though, is going to be a replacement for Maurkice Pouncey, and many people say, oh, we got to get a center free agency. Well, here's the thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers have always drafted centers. We always have taken time to draft centers. We drafted Pouncey. We drafted Dermontti Dawson. We drafted Mike Webster. See a pattern here? When we draft a center, they're a Hall of Fame caliber center. Because Pouncey will be in the Hall of Fame eventually in 2026. So we need to draft our next top tier center for the next 10 to 15 years that could anchor our offensive line, because let's be honest here, this is the Steelers' last big run, then a rebuild could be coming. So we need a young offensive line to help protect Big Ben and to be smart. That's why I got the Steelers selecting Josh Myers, third round, 88 overall. With the first of two fourth round pick, number 128th pick overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers proudly select Tedarrell Slaton, defensive tackle, University of Florida. 6'5", 343 pounds. Tedarrell Slaton is going to be the next Tyson Alualu. Since we lost Alualu to the Jaguars, we needed a defensive tackle to replace him immediately. And Tedarrell Slaton looks like an absolutely home run pick at this level. Tedarrell Slaton is a top 10 defensive tackle prospect, and he is going to be such a steal. He could be such a great run-stopping defensive tackle. That's what he was at the University of Florida, and that's what we need in our system. We need a 4-3 defensive tackle that can stop the run, and he'll fit perfectly in our scheme. And I like the fact that we're going to get Tedarrell Slaton in the fourth round, because we do have another pick in the fourth round coming up. So, Pittsburgh Steelers, let's welcome Tedarrell Slaton to be a Pittsburgh Steeler at 128th overall. With our other fourth round pick, 140th overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers proudly select Adetokunbo Ogundeji, defensive end / linebacker, University of Notre Dame. He's 6'4", 253 pounds. From Notre Dame, we drafted a great Notre Dame stud last year in Chase Claypool. Why not add to that factor? Because Ogundeji is a really good, reliable defensive end, and he has raw talent. Not only that, he can fit in as defensive end or linebacker, which we do need because we lost Vince Williams. But the thing is, you got to know that we got Robert Spillane as well. So it's going to be intriguing to see how well Ogundeji fits in our system, but I think he could definitely help out and give Alex Highsmith some relief, because Alex Highsmith is going to be our other starting linebacker that's going to be rushing the passer along with TJ Watt next year. So we need to give him a little bit of backup, and I feel like Ogundeji is going to be a perfect fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially in the 4th round this late. Him projected to be a 3rd round defensive end / linebacker. He's projected to go in the 3rd round. Getting him in the 4th round this late would be a huge one. We need to have Adetokunbo Ogundeji as our 2nd 4th round selection. Pretty much we now have to wait until day 3. We do not have a 5th round pick this year, but we do have a 6th round pick at 216th overall. This will be in day 3. 216th overall pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Christian Uphoff, safety from Illinois State University. The reason why I picked Christian Uphoff here, he screams Pittsburgh Steeler. Being a 4th to 5th round safety, having tremendous upside, coming from Illinois State. I know Illinois State's playing right now, though, and he used a lot of his talents just like Radunz to practice for the NFL draft. But, dude, this guy has a ton of upside. He does need to work a little bit, so that's why he's probably going to need developmental time. But he could be a huge upgrade, especially over Terrell Edmunds. Even though Terrell Edmunds improved last year, he's on a prove-it deal this year, and Christian Uphoff could be a really young, underrated safety that could translate really well, especially being at 6'3" and 190 pounds. This guy has ball hawk all over him, and he can lock down, especially at the safety position, be a good complement to Minkah Fitzpatrick. That's huge for us, and we need that down the road. So Christian Uphoff at 216 overall, welcome to the Steelers. The 7th round, we do have 2 picks, just like we did in the 4th round, but they're near the end of the draft, which kind of is disappointing. But the thing is, though, having 2 quick picks back-to-back, we could get some guys who could possibly make the roster, but it's still too early to tell. We'll see. There's still plenty of time left, but right now, I have 2 7th round picks. The first 7th round pick I have is 245th overall. And at 245th overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Trey Berry, tight end from Jacksonville State University. This guy, he's not much of a blocking tight end, but we do need a receiving threat, and he could be another big receiving threat down the line. 6'7", 235 pounds. He's all muscle at 235, and this guy from Jacksonville State looks like he can be a very, very good version of Jesse James. I see a lot of Jesse James build in him, and I think he'd be a better version of him because he's also a lot faster than Jesse James. So Trey Berry from Jacksonville State looks like he could be an extremely good steal. He's projected to be a 5th round pick, the 5th to 6th round pick. Getting him in the 7th round that late, what a steal we're going to make. And this has a Pittsburgh Steeler tight end that could give Ben plenty more targets, because he could be down the end, just like with Chase Claypool. You have Claypool and Berry, 6'7" and 6'4". How are you going to stop that? That's why I have the Steelers selecting Trey Berry at 245th overall. Last but not least, our last player we got at 254th overall. The Pittsburgh Steelers probably select with our last pick, Daijin Dixon, wide receiver, Nicholls State University. Now, if you know me, Daijin Dixon doesn't seem like the biggest target. Daijin Dixon, he's not very bulky and not a big receiver like a Megatron type build or a Claypool type build. By Daijin Dixon, 6'4", 200 pounds, this guy has speed written all over him. And the good thing is, he didn't play last year because of the COVID pandemic. But you know what's interesting about him? He has games where every single one of his receptions last year in Nicholls State, every single one of them were over 20 plus yards. That is unbelievable to have that kind of upside of 20 plus yards whenever you touch the ball as a receiver at that size. He's a monster, and he can look like he could be a late round, maybe special teamer or a late receiver. That is going to be huge, and I'm excited to see Daijin Dixon as a Pittsburgh Steeler. I would love to see him make the roster too, because we do like to have late round selections receiver turn out to be stars, and he could be another one. We've had Antonio Brown, James Washington, Chase Claypool, many receivers, and Kevin Colbert knows how to draft receivers, because this is his, I think it's definitely one of his last years though, because he's been doing it every year, he's renewing his deal, but he may take up an offer next year, we'll see. But with that being said, Daijin Dixon, welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 254th overall. There you have it, folks. That is my 2021 Pittsburgh Steelers mock draft. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my mock draft, or would you like to put your own piece into the puzzle and tell me your mock draft predictions down in the comments below. With that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. I would like to do more videos like this. I have a stream coming up. I have my MLB predictions videos coming up soon. With that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. See you guys later. Stay awesome. Let's go Steelers. For the true Steeler fans that are in the TTC, by the way. Lady One, Eric Steele, Mac Main, anyone else I forgot. But yeah, this is LC Muscle 28. See you guys later. Stay awesome. Let's go Steelers. Have a great night.